There, Pisces. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your reading for the week of November 1 through 6 of 2021. And so, everything just feels a little lighter just now. And so it feels very much like globally that people are a little more hopeful, a little more empowered, a little more supercharged somehow. And so that has been seeping into today's readings, not so much yesterday's, but, globally, this is what it's feeling like. And so let's just see what your angels want you to know specifically about this week, and see if that follows through and holds true for your reading as well. It is a general reading, of course, and so any parts that don't quite match you, that's okay. Just leave them there for somebody else. So one more card. No, not that one. Almost. There we go. Okay. All right, so this looks awesome. This really looks awesome. Okay. Your week starts with peace. Yeah. So it's knowledge. It feels like it's not necessarily circumstances that are leading to peace. It's your own inner thoughts, your own inner knowledge. It's like your growth, which you've been doing so consistently and so much, is leading you to this place of inner peace. At this time, there are still things in the world that can disrupt that, right? But by far, you have come a long way in your knowledge of how peace begins within, right? And is fostered within. And so it just feels like you are the one creating this beautiful peace, and that while you're noticing things externally as you always have, it no longer has the same power, because your inner self knows the truth. That's what they're giving me. This is amazing. Like, holy cow, Pisces. This is fabulous. Wow. So, it's time this week. Fill yourself up by going out in nature. And okay, they're saying it's not just this week, it's always that rejuvenates you, that you can go out into the woods, or into, like, go in the country and walk, or like at least a big park, right, where it doesn't really feel like city or town, and hear what you hear, and smell the things, and feel it under your feet, and the damp underneath, like if you just were to sit on the ground, and like all that stuff. Just notice all that, and how perfect it is, and how beautiful it is, and how that is not affected by the whatever's going on around you. Like, it's affected, but in a smaller way, right? Yeah. And so the nature out there is so full of peace, and so full of, like, confidence. Birds know who they are. Right? So be more like a bird. Be absolutely confident in who you are, because you know you better than anybody else does. And you're the only one who can be you. Nobody else can be. Just the same as everybody else has to be themselves. You can't be them, because they're already taken. And so this is just like, observe nature and be more like that. That's a really cool message. It's a really cool message. Okay. Is somebody getting married? That's really cool. Congratulations. Or maybe you're moving in together, or maybe you've just met, but you're getting inklings that this is the one, or maybe you're about to meet and you don't even know it yet. all those things are possible scenarios, and it's amazing. It's just this awesome feeling of connection, of belonging. And it's very comfortable, it's easy. It's exciting, but it's also comforting and easy. And so it's like here's the one who you can just totally be yourself with. That's a bit of a theme here. Just being your own self, knowing what you know and feeling what you feel without regard to what somebody else wants you to think and feel and know and do. This marriage is made in heaven, is very very simply what they're saying. And so you can, it's almost like you taking it in stride, right? Even though it's beautiful and it's exciting and it's comforting and it just feels so incredibly good, it's like you're just kind of scooping that up as you continue to go along, right? Yeah. Yeah, it feels so good. Now, for those of you who are, for the actual marriage thing topic is not what's going on for you right now. For those of you, sometimes this is, a business partnership, or it's ideas that you have and ideas that somebody else has coming together and merging. Sometimes it's those things. Still, it feels very natural. It feels very easy. It feels like a good flow and a good fit. There might be little tweaking to do, but generally it's really a good fit. And it feels like at some point you're going to go, okay, this is too easy. What's going on? and you could second guess it, but your angels are going, no, it's fine. You can relax about this. You can put your trust in this partnership, in this merging, in this, coming together. And that's no matter what it is. Okay. All right. So angels, which direction do we want to go? Okay. There's something that's been holding you back a bit. It's time to let go of that. It feels like this is the thing to let go of to enable this to be so smooth and easy, right? So it's a past hurt, or it's some habit that you've had that is no longer a good habit. Something that it's time. At first you're going to feel like, or some of you anyway, you feel like, no, I don't want to let go of that. I like doing that. But then you're going to realize that, you know what, maybe you're just in the habit of doing that and you don't really like it anymore like you used to, right? So, just feel into it. There's things that are going to occur to you that, oh, is this it that I have to let go of? Or is that it, or whatever? And, the knowledge will come to you when it's supposed to. And so don't stress over that. Just allow it and be aware, that there's something that's not serving you well anymore. And it's time to just change that up. Everything goes in cycles, and so whatever this is, it served its purpose. And now it's finished. That's all. It feels like, a habit, something that you do. It doesn't feel like a relationship, or I guess potentially it could be a job. Potentially it could be a home, to transition to new ones of those. That's kind of all they're giving me right now. But it's for you to become aware of. And then realize that you can do without that. Okay. There's priorities right now. So you've got a few different things on the go, and it's almost like a scramble to get it all done and to keep it all done. You'll have to pick a couple of the priorities and make sure that you get those done. The other things can maybe slide a little bit, right? But but have your priorities and know which order to do things in. Some of this is not doing. It's taking time with a person, to develop a relationship, to feel, yeah. So that if it was just a to-do list, it would be easy, right? But some of those other things, we're not taught that taking time to feel is important. In fact, we're kind of taught the opposite. That no, you can't show anger, and no, you can't show tears to people, and no, you can't do this and you can't do that. But it's really, really important to do that. So, taking time to understand how you feel, and then that leads to what you might want to do about certain things or certain people or relationships or whatever. Make those a priority. Everything in life, like we've been so conditioned to put our priority on making the money to pay for the big house and the fancy car and the nice clothes and the activities and all that stuff. The real priority, what I'm being told, is the people, the relationships, the commitment to each other, the connections. That's the real important things. Those are the things to put your priority upon. It feels like a real switch for some of you. Some of you got there already, a long time ago for some of you. But for some of you, it's like, wow, right. And so, now I hear the people, there's always those people who say, well, but I have to make a living. I mean, we can't be homeless. No, of course not. And that is how our society is set up right now, that we do have to have some money and whatever else. But we don't have to have always just the biggest and the best. We don't have to outdo everybody else. We only have to have what's adequate for us, right? The focus has gotten to be so commercial that it's not serving us well. It's doing us a big disservice. And so the more we can say, you know what, I don't need a new car every 2 years, because that's just too much pressure on me. I don't want that kind of pressure. So I'm just going to make do with my old 5 or 6 year old car or whatever it is, or 20-year-old car, or, who cares? As long as it runs and gets you everywhere, so what? And so, making that switch within your brain is sometimes a real challenge for people. But you can do it a little at a time. This is part of what this priority is. What would you rather be doing? Spending time with your family and having fun, or at work to make more money so you can buy more stuff? Yeah, seems pretty clear to me. But you might have a different idea, and that's totally fine. There's no judgment, neither from me and definitely not from any of the angels. Okay. Archangel Uriel says, you know what to do. So whatever's going on in your life, and you've got some choices, you've got crossroads all the time, different directions you can go. It's all day, every day. You're making decisions, right? You know what to do. Any of those decisions that are kind of have you stumped, or have you considering both sides and whatever, listen to your gut. You know what's the best way for you, and just go ahead and do it. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. And you have all that power. Like, this is really amazing for you, Pisces. It's great. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. Yeah, don't sit and second guess. I mean, you know already. It's all good. Okay. All right. So your angels will give us one last bit of wisdom from these cards. Okay, angels. There's a bunch that fell out. Okay, this one. All right. Joy. Joy is, what does it say? Joy is the highest energy of all. Just feel joy. Everything you do, see how joyful you can make it. You know, if you're appreciating something, make it bigger. Love that thing or that idea or that feeling or that sunshine or the breeze or the birds or the, whatever it is, all this connecting with nature. Really, really, really appreciate it. Make it so joyful that you can't stop smiling. And that is how life should be. Fabulous. All right, Pisces, thank you so much. I appreciate that you've joined me. And I want you to know that I love you, and I will see you next week.